Hare Krishna. I welcome all of you for this last session which we have together. It is a session where I will try to speak on the subject matter of moving into the new year with strength. That is the subject. It's my message for all of you who are now leaving Golokadhama and entering into their various different obligations and services. So let us start, please, with chanting Jai Radha Madhava. Do we have a Mridanka player with us? Oh, God. Jai Radha Madhava Punya Sacinandana Swami Maharaja Srila Prabhupada ki Anand Koti Vaishnavrinda ki is confounded Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Prem Sakaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki Vrindavan Mathura Dham ki Navadvip Mayapur Dham ki Ganga Maya Yamuna Maya ki Bhakti Devi Tulasi Devi ki Harinam Sankirtan ki Samavita Bhakta Vrinda ki Gaura Premananda Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki all glories to the Assembled. All glories to the Assembled. All glories to the Assembled. All glories to C.C. Guru and Shri. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Sadha Bhutale. Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Name. Namaste Saraswati Devi Golokadhama Prasadi. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Kanchana Gaurani Radhe Vrindaveshwari Rishabhanusude Devi Pranamami Haripriya. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhaya Vasha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Dear devotees, dear friends, guests who have come from far away, and those who live here in Golokadhama, it is my great honor to address you this morning on this subject of moving into the new year with strength. And hopefully keeping the strength as we go through the year. It shouldn't be just something which is there when we enter the year, but then disappears and pales as we are meeting the different realities and possibly challenging realities of our life. It's a great pleasure to have you here and to be able to share a little something. I have the habit to compose every year something like a New Year's message, which I post on my web pages and on my Facebook and all the social medias to which I have access. And today, this year, when I was writing my New Year's message, I was thinking of this moment where I sit before all of you and give this message as a spoken word. My message went something like this, and I will now repeat the message, but I'm not 100% satisfied with this message, therefore would like to add something to it. You will find my message on the internet, but what I will add to this is what I consider most important, but I didn't want to share it on the internet because I felt this will be read by so many people and I will send it to so many people, so I should be a little general so that everyone can understand and benefit from it. So, here comes the message. When I was in India this year, a saintly devotee asked me a question which made me think, a question which I want to repeat before all of you so that you can also think about this question. And he said, Sacinandana Swami, what will you do after you have done all the things which you have to do? I understood it like this, that if I have done all the projects in which I'm involved, which take a lot of attention and a lot of service, what is it that I really love to do? Well, I was thinking, when I have spread the Vedic way all over the world, when I have spread bhakti to every corner of every household of the world, in all my when I have done my service in the Kirtan Academy and Kirtan villages and Kirtan Melas and so on. Yeah, then I would love to sit down and have a stress-free life where I am with my close friends, share Krishna consciousness with them, and then I would finally like to write my best book and so on. And as I was thinking, I thought, would this really be it? Would that really be the mission of the human form of life, to write a book and have a stress-free life with your Krishna conscious friends? And I thought, no. The desire of the soul is to enter that one relationship and give love and receive love in that relationship with Radha and Krishna. So I came back to my friend and said, I found something which I really like to do when I have a little bit time for this. Then my friend became angry with me and he said, are you living in your house as a slave and there's a slave master who tells you what you have to do? Are you not a free man? Why don't you do that which is truly of importance to you? Why don't you do it now? And then he made a point. He said, while we are in this material world, there will always be things we have to do. Just by our mere existence here, we will have to earn our chapatis, means our food. We will worry. We will have to adjust to the changing climates, winter and summer. We will have to take care of our body. That's a big one, which will come when you are over 60. Don't worry, you will find out a new chapter of concern. There are all the things which come to us. It's almost like when you're in the water, you will always be wet. There will always be water around you, and which wettens you. So the material atmosphere pushes upon each soul a set of activities he cannot avoid, which have to do with eating, his housing, shelter, where does he live, eating, sleeping, mating, and defending from others and from circumstances which are not ideal, etc. There's always the material energy pushes things into our life, and we will be forced to run and take care of them. So if you don't do now what is most important to you, what you will do when you think, oh yes, one day when I've done all the things which I think I have to do at this stage, then I will finally do them. If you don't do it now, you will never do it. Wow, that was a strong point. I understand it intellectually, and I really have done a few. I have had two very, very important discussions with the devotees who assist me, and I have repeated this message of this saintly monk to them, and everyone saw the point, and we have thought that the year is like a big frame, and we only want to put in the year the things which are essential, which have to do with the essential, which have to do each one with his and her own life and life development, and also the service, the contribution to the world, which we want to do as servants of Srila Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We don't want all the clutter, it's called in English. A not so good name would be rubbish, or the things which are not so. So this was my message, or is my message, but I'm not satisfied with it. I'm not satisfied because 1 year ago Gadadhar sent me an alarming statistic, which was very discouraging, but which has to be taken into account, and which I feel I cannot be silent. I must tell you about this alarming news. It is seen, the statistic said, that at the beginning of each year, many people, or most people who live a proactive life, that means who want to do something with their life, who are not just, who want to do something good with their life, that most people talk amongst their friends about the good things which they intend to do in the coming year. Where I am in my family, these were called die guten Vorsätze fürs neue Jahr. The good plans or good intentions for the next year. There's a German word for this, Neujahrsvorsätze. Guten Neujahrsvorsätze, something like this. I don't speak such good German any longer because I speak so much English. I speak also not good English. I know that with my language, but you know what I mean to say. Like yesterday, some of you came to me and said, thank you that we had this time where we were with Radha and Krishna, and you requested us to express ourselves. Something came, something, yeah, we all are
we are cultured people or developed people, otherwise we wouldn't take such existential interest in spiritual life, and therefore we make plans to improve ourselves. This is natural for us. But the statistic who really analyzed this, that I don't know, 100,000, 200,000, maybe 500,000 people, found out that most of the good intentions which were formulated when the people were in high spirits, in their best consciousness, were not fulfilled when they faced the reality of the year. People try to find the reason, why is it? And some people say, well, this is an astrologically weak time, you should not try to live a high energy life, you should sleep in the winter like the bears do, and so on. And there are different attempts to explain it. Some don't make so much sense, like the one with the bear reason, but there are others which certainly make more sense. But I would like to say the reason why so many of the good intentions fail. It is because we as jivas have the power to choose, but we have not the power to execute. That power lies with God, not with us. We can make a choice. I would like this, that to happen. But the one who can fulfill it is the Lord. The Lord in the heart, who is the overseer and permitter, and who is the one who moves this material energy. We are not the mover, we are the moved. We are not the controllers, we are the controlled. We are not the doers, we are the instruments. And every human being, especially spiritual people, and particularly devotees, can find this in their life. That therefore, whenever something happens in their life, they say, "This is the mercy of the Lord." Have you heard this? You try to praise someone who's a devotee, says, "I'm trying, but this is the mercy of the Lord that it happened." That you had maybe said, "Oh, how humble the person is." He's not humble in the sense. Of course he's humble, but he's realistic. He's real. He's not an illusion when he says like this. So you need the Lord in your life more than anything in order that something happens in your life. And again, I want to repeat the sentence. You have the freedom, or you have even the mandate. Mandate means it's like an order, it's given to you. The Lord says, choose, what do you want? You know, the Lord even says this at the end of the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. But you cannot move material energy the way you ultimately desire. That's in the hands of the Lord. So, therefore, my main message, which I didn't write in the general message, but it's really what I feel and the way I personally want to live this new year, is to include more Krishna. I became very much impressed when I studied a little the life of Martin Luther King, who achieved something in the history of mankind, the equal rights for all citizens. Previously, only the white citizens were given the rights in America, and he made really a substantial change which affected millions of good people. And he said once, oh, today is so much to do. Ooh, so much on the agenda. That means I really have to spend more time praying. I really like that, because he seemed to express with this sentence that it's by the mercy of the Lord that things happen, not by our own endeavors. It doesn't mean we should not endeavor. No, we should give our best to show the Lord that we are really wanting this to happen, and that we use His God-given talents in His service. But we should know that the Lord is the ultimate mover and the friend of everyone. Once you know this, the verse of the Bhagavatam says you are truly educated, and when you are thus educated, you can become the guru of all the worlds. Remember that Bhagavatam shloka which we quoted at the beginning of each of the two lectures which were given. So, this year should be the Krishna year for every one of us. That is my prayer, that is my inner conviction. And the Krishna year, what do I mean with this? See, when a living entity, or when a living entity sounds so abstract, when a person does his best, he will reach a certain limit where he knows, this is what I could do. And he will look forward in his life and see, wow, there's still so many things. I would like to die in Krishna I would like to be in Krishna consciousness. I would like to die in Krishna consciousness. I would like to become someone who contributes to the benefit of other human beings, and so on. And he understands, the person understands, this is how much I can do, and this is what I wish could be done, but there's a gap in between. There's a gap which I cannot possibly fill. It's like, I remember when I was a child, I lived on an island, as many of you know, and I would go and walk for long hours to reach a town which was called Burg auf Fehmarn. And there, one time I noticed I came to a ditch which was much too broad for me as a child to cross. And I thought, I need help. I cannot cross this ditch. There's a gap. How far I can go and where I want to go, it is separated with a gap. And this gap must be filled with the Lord. The way the gap is filled with the Lord is through a process which is given in our scriptures, which I find extremely practical and workable. It starts with hearing a lot about Krishna, Shravana, because you must first know him, know more about him, know how he thinks, know of his energies, and fill your heart with the Lord by a lot of Shravana, a lot of hearing. Then the next is Varana. You must accept what you must accommodate into your belief system that what you have heard. Varana Dasha is this stage is called. This stage of acceptance. Just hearing and not reflecting and then accepting and imparting the heard subject matter is obviously of a little benefit and some benefit, but not of the ultimate benefit. And then, after Shravan Dasha, Dasha means the stage, comes Varana Dasha, then comes Sadhana Dasha. You must practice, you must be willing to give it a regular practice. And that will fill the gap more and more with Krishna. There is a shloka which says, if you chant the holy name, this is about practice, the ideal practice. If you chant the holy name, and at the same time think of the rupa, rupa means form of Krishna, then Krishna will become avesha, or manifest in your heart. Can you follow this philosophically? I'm chanting, but I'm not chanting disconnected. I'm chanting by turning my attention to the transcendental Svarupa, form of the Lord, with all his characteristics, his being. And then when you do this in what is called a sadhana practice, then after some time, the Lord becomes manifested like a spark of fire which becomes manifested when you rub two sticks together. Name and form. Ah, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, Krishna. And he's much better than you ever could think he is. He's wonderful. So, Varanadasa, no, Shravandasa, Varanadasa, Saranadasa leads to the final stages which have to do with spiritual achievement, with Apanadasha and so on. And I request you really to make this a Krishna year and see miracles in this year. Don't think on your own you can do this. There's a very nice song about the type of mood which we are speaking about, the type of mood which is necessary so that the Lord gives His mercy. It is called Vigyapti, an entreaty, in Deutsch ein Bittgesuch. You come usually, entreaties are done by people who are poor, who are not influential, and who come to the king and ask him for something, like for instance the freedom of an imprisoned relative, or they ask him for a piece of land. It's a Bittgesuch, an entreaty in English. You may have to translate it in your local language, what is an entreaty. It is a helpless person comes and asks for something very, very big, according to his means. And here is such an entreaty, and this is, I think, how we should live our year. It addresses the mind. Oh, mind. I'm wondering, how will you ultimately take shelter at the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna? I'm wondering. It's a question for me. I had this desire to take shelter since a long time. But up to this point in my life, I'm simply waiting. It has not yet happened. I know, O Radha and O Krishna Chandra, that you are the life and soul of the devotees. I know this. Please consider me also a little devotee and give to this most sinful person bhakti to both of you. Please do not think this person is trying so long and he has no bhakti. Why should he have bhakti? Instead, tell me what I need to know to move forward. I must admit, I'm suffering because of my own attachments, but please give this servant the qualification to nevertheless serve you. When I look at my life, I see it's quickly running by. It's like a restless current, a river, running into the ocean of death. The days that have gone by will never come again. Krishna, what am I to do in this situation? You both are the friends of the fallen. Indeed, I know who you are. You are my masters, and you are oceans of kindness. Karuna Jala Sindhu. Oceans of Karuna means a feeling in the heart I should show compassion to the other person. It's like this very good feeling of compassion. I'm unfortunate and I'm foolish. I do not really understand even a small sesame seed of bhakti. Oh my master, but you are so great. Just ignore my weakness, take my soul and make me your own, thereby vanquishing my material sufferings. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur asked for something which is very high. He understands I'm not this in the material world, this role, all these games. Games is maybe a bad word. I want to say these things which I'm doing according to my identifications, my false ego. But I don't really know who I am. So please give me a perfected spiritual body within the transcendental abode of Vrindavan. And like a beggar who gets charity, bestow upon me in charity the nectar of service to you. Give me the drink of prema. And after I have become spiritually intoxicated, I promise I will sing about you and listen to my song. Please then listen to my songs about your divine qualities. And sometimes make me drunk with love. And then I will sing like a drunken man very good things about your divine qualities. Please engage me in your service. This unworthy servant of Sri Lalita Sakhi Bhaktivinoda asks you by grabbing hold of your lotus feet to make this year a Krishna year, my dear devotees, and live by Krishna's mercy, by Krishna's strength, by Krishna's empowerment, and by Krishna's agatana gatana shakti, means an energy which makes the impossible possible. By doing this, you can move forward with strength, not your own strength, Krishna's strength, because our own strength is limited. Krishna's strength, however, is unlimited. No limits. This year we were staying again at the site of Giriraj Govardhan and saw him every day and prayed every day to him. He is a very merciful form of Krishna. And we heard many accounts means things which happened to people who reported that by praying to Giriraj, all impossible things have become possible. And the most impossible thing is that a person who has turned his back towards Radha Krishna becomes filled with love in his heart for Radha Krishna and can turn his face totally to them in devotional service. I wish you for this coming year a lot of focus, increased focus maybe. Think about this question, what do you really want? Think about the soul desires and act upon them, but don't forget to invite Krishna by the process which you have heard, hearing a lot especially from Bhagavad, Purana, Shravandas, Varandas. You need to reflect about it and see that you can convince your rebellious mind, which is turned against Krishna, with good arguments. And then sadhana, patient, real and kind, how do you say, practice. Then you can invite Krishna. This is your invitation to Krishna. This is what Krishna wants to see. Do you know about, is he interested to know about me? I mean, if he wants to invite me, he should find out what I am, isn't it? Otherwise, he just wants to invite me like someone wants to invite someone for the decoration of his material life. No, is he interested in me? Good. Is he accepting this Krishna consciousness? Is he trying to clarify the doubts of his rebellious, conditioned mind? And is he also doing something, or is he just speaking? Then when Krishna sees that, it will work very nicely. And my dear devotees, I want to share a secret with you. It's not that you have to be perfect, but you have to want it. Remember, you have the ability to choose, but not to do. That is given to God. But He wants to see your choice. Prabhupada once spoke in a lecture about this, how Krishna sees the intention of his devotees. He said, can you hear it still? Are you concentrated? Trying. Wie bitte? Das Window. We need some air for more concentration. Okay. Oh Yashvi, now comes the time of austerity. If it's too good, yeah, you can maybe sit there.
Das zweite Fenster auch bitte, wir ersticken nicht.
Beide, ihr erstickt und schlägt ein. Gut. So, now comes concentration phase. It's free and it's so important, you know. Like Krishna consciousness, it's free, it's there. But you have to open your doors to let Krishna in. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You're the true friends of the human beings. The window. Bhava Grahi Janardana. In the Vedic literature, it is said that God, Krishna, simply accepts your bhava, your inner mood, your intention. How much you have developed your attraction to God or Krishna. That is taken into account. He does not take into account that, oh, you are very rich, oh, you are very beautiful, you are very opulent, oh, no, you are very poor, you are not beautiful. These considerations are not there. The only consideration is how much you love God, then your life is successful. So this is the idea. You have to develop this inner mood, this feeling of dependence on Krishna, which is a sign of love. You know, the child is dependent on the parents, and so on. And Prabhupada says here, there are many examples, just like a child. He prays to the mother, the parents, simply by crying. It has no language, the child, but the mother understands what is the feeling of the child. It is the feeling that is taken into consideration. So the feeling of the devotee. Hare Krishna. This is from the New Archana newsletter. Very, very nice. The topic of the newsletter. Krishna is Bhava Grahita. Good. Now is air, and now you can hear. Should I start from the beginning again? Oh no, we want to go. Okay, let's summarize then. My dear devotees, you have the power to choose, but the power to do is with Krishna. Therefore, if you want this year to be more successful, invite him more in your life by these things where you start to hear more about Krishna. This is so important. I have seen devotees who were in such a difficult situation. I told them, okay, you have tried what you can do. Okay, now try what you have not done. Read every day 1 hour Bhagavatam. No, Maharaj, you don't understand. I understand more, I think, than you understand. Read the Bhagavatam every year. No. I have said what I wanted to say. The devotees came back after. I know 2 devotees who came back and said, Maharaj, what magic did you do? I didn't do anything. I just was stubborn and didn't give in to your rebellious mind. Who did everything was Krishna. Because the moment you read the Bhagavatam, Krishna rises like the sun in the horizon of your heart. That is a verse in the Bhagavatam. The moment you read Krishna, Krishna's sun rises in your heart. And you have to invite him in your life. Krishna. On a personal note, we are very happy to be connected with all of you. Please allow us to serve you much better next year. It's such an honor. One of my friends, but Vishal Prabhu always says, who knows how many years we have prayed for this to serve the devotees, and I'm very much of his opinion, so wish you all the best. I pray for you, pray to Krishna for you, that this will be a wonderful Krishna-filled year for you. I hope to see you again and again. There are very nice plans here in Golokadhama to serve you better. We have really noted there is no place for devotees to sit together. Every social interaction happens just before the temple door. Did you notice? Where the dirty shoes are, and you have to practice to be lower than the straw in the street. And everyone hears everything you say to your friend. And we want to make a few improvements in the project. And yes, if you are a rich millionaire, like Hari Prasad from New York, then we say to our rich uncle from America, then you come to Hari and also Vishwadev and Bhagavad-dhamma Prabhus to hear about the plans and the good intentions. And but even if you have good ideas, if you would like to help us, please come. And also those who, obviously devotees expressed to me, the mood in Golokadhama is so nice. I also feel it's very nice. The theater play, that was a devotional performance with a lot of devotion and love done by all. I heard 16 devotees were involved and 20,000 demigods. Yeah, this is the mood. The devotees want to serve. So if you think in the next year you have like you have a little free time, then you can come here during the service, like the Golokadhama appreciated when Jai Krishna, he had 2 weeks before going to his going to the university, back to the university, he stayed, and every evening he chanted kirtan for the pleasure of Radha Madan Mohan. And in this way, even if you are a student or in whatever situation, you might like to come and spend some time here and serve these very wonderful deities who are very kind. Have you noticed how Radha Madan Mohan are one of us in one? Not one of us, I mean they're transcendental, but what I want to say is they stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning just to give their darshan to the devotees. This is unusual in the world of ISKCON darshans. They're very, very kind. They are really Bhakta-Vatsala, these deities. Very amazing. Good. This is what I wanted to say. Thank you very much. All the best for you, and see you very soon. And don't go immediately. Our Guru Hari has something to address. Do you want the microphone? Or I have microphone. Thank you. So Hare Krishna, Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Holiness Sacinandana Swami Maharaj ki Jai! Usually I would profusely glorify Maharaj after the last lecture of the Sangha, but he told me last year it's not so in favor with that, so I will keep it very short. Maharaj, 10 minutes, it's okay? No, definitely a Sangha Mela without having His Holiness Sacinandana Swami might be a very small Sangha Mela, and we know very well that Maharaj's presence in the festival is what is actually bringing all of you to come to the festival, and I feel extremely thankful for all the inspiration that we all have received at different time of the festival, the different impressions, different inspiration that were given, and this is actually our wealth. This is very, very precious, and we can now go back to our families, our yatras, our temples, and share those beautiful inspiration we have, and they will carry us through the whole year. So I'm just very thankful, Maharaj, for you to come in Golokadhama. Thank you so much. I have a small other ending announcement. One announcement is concerning our favorite Kirtanya, His Grace Ochashri Prabhu. I think you all could notice Ochashri is not just an ordinary Kirtanya, but there's something very, very deep in his whole being. That is, all being is doing Kirtan, not only the mouth singing, but he's fully into this service. And sometimes Siddhanta Maharaj said that might be even, we don't know what he did in previous life, but he's really on the top of what he's doing. He has really found his service, and he's really investing all his energy for this service. Now he has a big desire to make some CDs, some good quality CDs that could actually please a lot of devotees, but being from a country which is very, very poor, it's not easy at all for him to come to this point of making a good quality CD. So we have Goa Bhavani Mataji, who took up the let's say the service of collecting. There is a certain amount that needs to be covered for him to be able to do this project, and she will be. Goa Bhavani, are you here?
Yeah.
Okay, she's just there next to the entrance door. She's doing a collection for this project. If you do not have means right now, she has prepared a lot of small coupons with a bank account where you could transfer your money, and I think it's very, very beautiful to help such a talented and devotional Kirtanya, so that he can bring forward or bring to many other the beauty of his kirtan. So this is one of the announcements. And at the end, I want just to thank all the devotees who are helping us into the organization, all of you just for being here, for listening carefully and singing so nicely. And I also want especially to thank our Freundeskreis. This is the cycle of friends. We have in Golokadhama here a cycle of friends who are giving monthly a small donation to the temple, and without that we could all leave the project. This is what is actually helping us to run the project. So for all of you who are supporting us every month and allowing us to do the service, my heartfelt thank you for that. Great, so that's all I wanted to say. Thank you all for coming. Please forgive our shortcomings, and we are very happy we could do this service for all of you and that you could be here. Please come again and again, and let's see if Krishna willing, sometimes we might have a bigger ashram so that you don't have to squeeze so much, and we might have a better accommodation to host such a festival in even maybe bigger way. Thank you for being here. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Goodbye. I know no one wants to go, no? Stay, don't go. Do you know?